Hi class, so we're going to be starting Adobe InDesign starting this week. So we finished with Photoshop, we're done with Illustrator, and InDesign is an interesting program. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up, and you should be using the InDesign CC 2020 version from the Adobe Suite. If not, please download that. And what's great about InDesign, it's a very versatile program that allows you to collaborate between InDesign and Illustrator very seamlessly. And you'll notice that there are a lot of tools in Illustrator that you will find in InDesign. So it's a very great program to use, especially when you're trying to manipulate graphics or manipulate type. So they work hand in hand together, and I can show you down the line how that can work. So you're gonna end up having a bunch of different types of files. This could be because you have previously worked in InDesign and it's the previous type of assignments or files that you have opened. So what you're going to do is you're going to say create new, and in the menu here you can customize what kind of particular sizes you want to be working with. So just like Illustrator, you can customize your sizes, and you can also customize the types of units that you want to use. I'm going to stick to inches, okay, and I want to keep my orientation upright, so portrait. I want to make sure that facing pages is unchecked, and I'll show you why once I hit OK or hit create. And I want to make sure that my document is in the print section, and I'm going to be using the letter format like so. And I'm going to be creating 2 pages. Okay, and if it defaults to milliliters or millimeters, please go back and switch this to inches. Okay, you're going to leave everything else as it is, and you're going to hit create. So now you should have a document that looks like this. So what's great about InDesign is you have a variety of different tools similar to what you see in Illustrator. You have the pen tool, you have the rectangle shape tools, you have gradient tools like you have in Photoshop. So a lot of crossover. You also have options for images of how you crop images, how you put them together, and where you place them on the page. When you have your type selected, here you have a variety of different areas for your type to appear. So this could be size. This is the spacing in between sentences, so the kerning, your font selection, and then what kind of font, what the weight is, and what specifics this font has, so bold, italic, etc. And then this is how you can scale up your type. And then you have a lot of different options for you to choose from in terms of typefaces here. So it also depends on what it is that you have downloaded for fonts, and you can easily add fonts through Typekit, which is also part of the Adobe Suite. Or if you go to dafont.com and download fonts there, you can also see those here in your font menu. Then we have here the different paragraph alignment sections, right? Here we have indentations, and we also have the first line indentation and then the left indent. Those are kind of to come later on when we get into areas where we are dealing with a lot of type. Okay. Right here we have our pages, and like I said, I told you guys to make sure that facing pages is turned off. And the reason why that is because if I go back into my, I believe, the document setup, and if I click facing pages, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to get a spread like this. This is good for when you're creating a book or a brochure of sorts. So you have your cover over here, and then here you have your opening page, so page 1 and page 2. So we want to make sure that this is not selected because we're not going to be creating a book today. We're going to be creating a menu. So we're just going to be doing a front and back. So we definitely want to make sure that when we go into document setups, this is unchecked. Okay, so we just want to have single pages like so. I'm going to remove this third page because I do not need it. And that's how I remove my pages. I simply drag and drop into the trash can. Okay, so this is the pages menu. Here we have the character selection. Similar to what you have on top here, this is just easy access for you. Here you have your color, so you can choose from CMYK, which is meant cyan, magenta, yellow, and black, so for print, or RGB, red, green, and blue, meant for screens. And you can also customize your swatch selections for color, which we'll get into later on. Okay, so that's for color. Your font selection is here, your pages are here, characters, color, as we said, okay, and then paragraphs. So here you have like a shortcut that shows you what are like the go-to options for your paragraphs: line left, a line right, line center, or to justify. Here you can get into a bit more detail as to how much you want certain increments to change. And you can add a border or you can add shading. Once we get into a lot of text, we will be using things such as text wrap. And this is basically when you have an image in the middle of the page and you have the text wrapping around it. You have no kind of overlap with the image. So it's a nice tool to use when you have a lot of different pieces of text and image going together. Your layers palette, just like you have in Illustrator and Photoshop. And then paragraph styles, again, this you will get into when we do a lot of text. Links. Whenever you have a lot of images that you're using, you're going to see this populate. And you're going to see areas where there are links where it's going to turn green, and you're going to see areas where it's going to turn red where you have a broken link. So a very helpful tool to use whenever you use a lot of graphics. Character styles, we will also be getting into this when we have a lot of text to work with. Object styles, this is again also something we're going to be using when we have a lot of graphics that we want to be using. So in addition to text, there is also plenty of graphics that you can use in InDesign and kind of customize what kind of things we want to have with those graphics, whether they have frames around them or not. Then we get into swatches. So here, automatically InDesign comes with those swatches, which are RGB, red, blue, and green. And then we have the cyan, magenta, yellow, and black, which are the standard print standards for printing in ink. And then the RGB is meant for screen, so web-based. Okay, so this is just a quick tour about some of the different tools that you use in InDesign. For the next video, I will start showing you what it is that you're going to be assembling, and like I said, this is going to be a menu, a front cover for the menu, and then we're going to design a back cover. So this is where you get to see all your information laid out. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video.